let's give a lot of love and energy to VRapeutic. VRapeutic, welcome. It's going to be the big green button.
The big green?
Big. Okay. And you have time, and definitely face them. Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Your slides there. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ahmad Al-Kabbany, the founder of VRapeutic. We develop virtual reality software for learning disability. Around 5% of school-enrolled students suffer from learning disabilities. This sums up to around 77 million children worldwide. The classical training of those children on essential life skills such as selective attention, emotional recognition have several limitations, including high cost, limited resources, which result in overall low efficiency in addition to slow to minimal progression. Mona, with 15 years of experience, is one example of thousands of therapists worldwide who dream of a better training approach. The good news is that research tells us a lot about the potential of virtual reality in this regard. For example, 75% of the subjects involved in a study on VR-based training on social cognition have shown an improvement. VRapeutic develops virtual reality for therapy with a current focus on learning disabilities. We design virtual environments specially tailored to instill diverse life skills such as social, cognitive, and motor skills. And these are some examples. And these are some examples of the modules we develop. Our content is delivered through fully supervised sessions enriched with AI and IoT. All this, in addition to the children responses, are accessible through cloud platform, which empowered therapists to plan ahead for the therapy sessions. It's a huge market with 300 plus clinics, centers, and schools in Egypt, for example, and around 1/3 of this figure in the United Arab Emirates. We distinguish ourselves from our closest competitor with several advantages in the core technological know-how, in addition to the multi-language support and the localization. There are other VR startups working on healthcare, but they are not focusing on learning disabilities. We are B2B, offering our services to therapy centers, and our revenue model is a monthly subscription. The customer validation has been done in 9 centers and 7 countries. We generated beta sales of 15K in 4 months, in addition to 50K from Flat 6 Labs Cairo. Currently, we are piloting with therapy centers in Alexandria and Cairo. We have been shortlisted by the UNICEF Innovation Fund in 2018. The next stage will be the menu-wide deployment. The plan is 30% market penetration in 18 months, which will take us to a 500K plus in revenue. We are a team with several years of experience in our respective fields, and our product is being developed under the renowned... Okay, thank you. There's just one slide ahead.
Yeah. So maybe, Roberta, do you want to start? And if somebody could pass her a mic, that would be great. Yeah.
That was really a great presentation. Very clear English. Just a little bit slower, maybe. But everything very clear, and the team with professions, psychologists, it makes impression. Great.
I thought you did very well, and way to stay focused with the explosive mic. So things like that happens all the time. That's right. So you stayed on focus. That's great. And those things will happen all the time. The last slide there, which I was actually interested in, because my whole point of the VR, with learning disabilities, is not just like anything else. So I wanted to see that there was the clinical, actual, responsible training, and at the end there, where you showed all those people who are clinicians or that had the expertise, that answered a question I had. So you ran out of time, but to me that was very important, because I was like, this is not like providing other services with learning disabilities. There's a lot of nuances, so I wanted to see that there was some real expertise behind that, and you did that at the end. So just make sure you include that quicker before you get to the end. That's not something you need to have cut off, because there's a large question there.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to add, it's a great presentation. I like it. It has all the information we need. Did I miss the ask? How much you are asking?
This was the only slide remaining. Yeah.
Yeah. So I missed it, right?
We are raising. If you can allow me to.
No, it's okay.
No,
it's okay.
It's there.
It's there.
Okay.
It's there.
And the utilization, where it's going?
A runway.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You don't need to answer. That was your answer. Please.
It's a quick thing. Obviously, you know your presentation by rote, right? Because you know it by heart. But you got to go a little slower, and there were some places where you got to give some dramatic pauses, right? Because you just went like, before we could even realize what you were saying and assimilate it, you were on the next point, and there was something flashing on the screen. right? So just, I know 2.5 minutes, but trust me, yeah, no, but maybe reduce the number of slides, and then get into some more meat, but you gotta give us some time to at least assimilate. Yeah,
Thank you.
like 1 or 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, again, thanks for the presentation. It was good. My sister is a board-certified behavior analyst, and we've looked at startups where kids have a challenge putting these devices on. So maybe just from a technical perspective, somewhere if you could show that it's easy for the user and the parent or the caregiver to embrace that, because it's technology and there's some learning challenges involved. That's just some technical sort of feedback that I have had in the past with similar startups.
So thank you. The feedback this morning was 8 to 10 slides are about the most you can fit into 2.5 minutes. You probably had what, 15, 16? 16 slides. So I think, and it's not about putting 16 slides into 8 slides. It's about how do you put some things later, right?
I have something to say. Maybe I can't answer, but can I have a question to the
Sure, ask your question. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the most important slides that I should keep? And, or let me ask.
No, you all know the answer to this. You have the criteria. Answer the questions that relate to the criteria. Anything that's beyond that, put in an appendix, yes?
Okay.
It's okay? Yeah. Okay. So this is all something that's very public, and we don't want a different answer.
Yes.
We want to be consistent. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Excellent. Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you.